Today, we're going to be talking about 5 ways to get any woman to want to sleep with you. These are 5 things that I've noticed consistently throughout my clients' experience that has gotten them the results that they want. Okay, so in no particular order, we're going to start with number 1, although this is probably one of the most important ones. And that's number 1, do not make women your number 1 purpose. Do not make her number 1 priority in your life. I know this is counterintuitive to what a lot of people have been told as a kid. You want to put your girlfriend or whatever first. She might even tell you this. But in reality, women don't want a guy who's doing that. You need to put yourself first. Your purpose should be number 1. And if you really want to get technical, this is the breakdown of priorities in my own life. Number 1 is me and my health. Number 2 is my career. If I don't have a career, I'm not valuable to people. Number 3, that's my family. And then number 4, that's my girlfriend. And if we upgrade her to a wife, or we're pretty much living together and everything, she's a very important person, she's going to get upgraded to number 3. But she will never be number 1 or number 2. That is always going to be you, and you should put yourself first. So not putting her on a pedestal is going to really help out with this. So get your priorities in check. Your career, your health, those should always be the number 1 priority so you can be the best that you can be. If you have your priorities in order, that's going to be the first step. It's going to make you less desperate for sex, which in and of itself is a very unattractive trait. It's not bad to want sex. It's bad to be desperate for it. Women really don't like men who can't control themselves in this category. Number 2, have options. Women like a guy who they know is not just attractive to them, but is attractive to a variety of different people. In fact, women will look to see how other women behave towards you to judge whether you're someone that they should date. Women don't have a lot of options to see how good of a partner this person is going to be, and the way other people behave towards them is a good indicator that he might be a desired person. So what you want to do is you want to not just be attractive to one person. Putting all your eggs in one basket not only reduces your attractiveness because you don't have your priorities in check, but it also makes you less attractive because you're not being attractive to other people as well too. Now, this doesn't mean you have to be talking, sleeping with, or dating a bunch of people. In fact, I would actually discourage you from doing that if you're looking for a partner. But having options means that if you wanted to, you could date other people. You could date a really quality person, and not just the person that you're going after. You can attract a variety of quality people in your life. One of the number 1 questions I get when guys reach out to me is what the right text message to send this individual girl is. People who stress for hours about the right text to send, rather than spending those hours making themselves into the best possible candidate or the most attractive guy that they can be, they are losing out. And by the way, when I mean attraction, I don't just mean looks, okay? I don't think I should have to say this on this channel because I talk about this a lot, but looks ain't the only thing that's going to make you attractive. It's your game, it's your demeanor, your status within your group. A lot of things are going to make you more attractive than just your looks. Number 3, be able to walk away. A man who cannot walk away from a woman is a man who will never sleep with that person. Women know that if a guy can't walk away from them, he will have no self-respect. He will not be able to stand up for himself. And that's not a guy who she thinks is going to be at her level. Okay, women want to date guys at their level and above. Guys are kind of the same way, but we'll settle for something for a quick hookup, all right? When it comes to dating and marriage, we think the same. So if you're talking to, texting, or going on dates with, or sleeping with somebody, you need to have boundaries, because if you don't have boundaries and she continually violates them, she will not respect you. And for women, if they can't respect you, that's when the sex turns off pretty quickly after that. So you got to have rules when it comes to walking away from them. And I'm not just talking about the first thing you don't like, you leave. Being patient is good, and I probably should have put that on this list, even though I'm not going to, but being patient is a huge skill that if a lot of guys were more patient with their game, they could get a lot more women. But a lot of guys also pursue women to the ends of the earth, always hold out hope, and disassociate themselves from other options that would be better for them because they can't walk away. So don't be that guy either. Number 4, you want to make her feel safe. A lot of guys will skip over this. They'll just focus on creating desire. They'll just focus on making themselves more attractive. They'll just focus on, having a ton of options and all that stuff. But they will not remember that they have to make a woman feel safe. Look, there's a reason why women want to sleep with men. It's for reproductive purposes, okay? We do it for social purposes as humans, but a lot of it is so we can continue on as a species, pass on our genes, and do the whole evolutionary thing. So women are adapted for men who can help them pass on their genes. And if you're a guy who doesn't make her feel safe, who she thinks she's going to have to raise these kids all on her own, if she gets a guy who's not going to stand up for her and protect her, who can't handle situations and she doesn't feel as capable, that's not a guy who's going to help her pass on her genes. So it's very, very important that you want to make her feel safe. This is the thing that a lot of guys don't understand, is because women walk around in life not feeling safe. And they can have friends, they have a lot of people that they, contact, they hang out with their girls all the time, but there's no amount of female friends that she can have in her life that will compare to the safety that you as a capable man will give her. And a lot of guys don't understand that power. I mean, women will get with guys that are uglier than them. Women will get with guys that, don't have a lot of the qualities that they're looking for. But if that guy makes her feel truly safe, where she can relax around them, she will overlook those things and stay with that person. And because a lot of guys don't realize that, this is very important in relationships, by the way. If you're just trying to hook up, who cares, right? But for a woman, if you want to get consistent sex from her, you have to make her feel safe, because if she doesn't, she won't give it to you. And in fact, a lot of women nowadays, especially when they mature, they won't give it to you from the get-go because they know where that leads. So maybe the young girls, 21-year-olds, not as much, but as you start to get 28 and into your early 30s, a lot of women place a huge amount of importance on this. So if you have this, it's going to make a lot of women want to sleep with you. And number 5, the last one, is play to your strengths. So a lot of guys will watch my videos, or they'll see another guy online who looks different from them, comes from a different background, and is talking to different women, and they try to emulate that person, and they don't get that person's results. What you have to understand is you have to understand what makes you good. What are the things that you're good at? What are the things that you can contribute to the world with? What are the things that if somebody saw you doing this thing, that they would be impressed? Now, every single person watching this video, I don't care if all you do is play video games or watch TV or smoke weed. There's certain things that you are better at than other people are at. And discovering what those are, or honing your skill, is going to be a very important thing. When guys come to me, one of the first things I analyze, we do this in the first week, but as I get to know them, I'm looking at where their strengths are. I'm looking at where they're going to be successful. If you're a guy who's 5'2", Indian, and you have an accent, you're probably not going to be picking up women at the club. But there are going to be areas where you can show the best sides of yourself. It's not going to be looking large and being able to drink a lot and being super good looking. You can maximize your appearance, but you're going to have to play to things that are your strengths. A lot of guys think that because they can't get the same results in the same way as another person, that they're just cooked, that there's no way that they can get the women that they want. No, you can. You just can't do it the way that they are doing it. So be reasonable with what you're asking for. And by the way, I will say this, a lot of guys can do better with a long-term relationship. They can get, a higher quality person than if they just go for short-term all the time. Sure, the 6'4" Chad guys can go out to bars and clubs and then they get hit on, or they can sign on, the dating apps and they get a ton of matches. But there are a lot of guys, if they play the longer game, have patience, show all these things that I'm talking about, they can do extremely well, but they will not be able to do it in the same way that 6'4" Chad guy is going to do it. And the last one, this isn't really a point. What I really want to emphasize is that you really can change your circumstances. A lot of guys, when they first start working with me, they are dating a certain quality of woman, and then they upgrade. They get better with the kinds of women that they're dating. And they do it because they do the things that I've talked about here. And yeah, sure, there are other things that we improve. We're going to work on your look. We're going to work on your game. We're going to work on, the places that you're meeting women and all of that stuff. But if you have these 5 qualities, you're going to do better. And these are deep qualities that really take time to cultivate. You can go to the best areas, but if you don't have these, you're not going to be successful. So if you want help with this is exactly what I coach guys on a regular basis. Links down below. Book a call with me or a member of my team. We look forward to meeting. Good luck out there, you guys.